we'll discuss the Super Falcons preparations, the 2026 Wafcon, and other major talking points from this tournament. Joining us now from Rabat, Morocco, is a sports photojournalist, Justina Anifiok. Justina, welcome to the show.
Yeah, good afternoon, Amara.
Good afternoon. I'm so glad to have you on the show today. Well, the Super Falcons, the tournament has kicked off. The 2026 Wafcon, is upon us now, and we've seen videos of Super Falcons training sessions in Morocco, and you're in Morocco. With your time spent, let me dive right in. With your time spent with the Super Falcons at the camp, what would you say is your assessment of the team's preparation ahead of their opening game against Malawi tomorrow?
Yeah, for me, the girls' spirits are so high because they are the defending champion from last year. They won the 10th trophy, and I'm sure they don't want to lose any game in this tournament, and they also want to make it to qualify for the FIFA World Cup and also still be the head and defend the trophy. So the spirits are so high, and nobody wants to lose, and they as well to also want to put in their best to still remain the defending champion. The spirits are high and they are happy. Good aura, good vibes from the girls, which is very, very good and commendable.
Okay, that's well said. Talking about happiness and excitement, we saw that the Super Falcons in their opening, ceremony on Saturday, we saw their dressing attires. They were all, kitted up in their Nigerian traditional attires. You were there. I saw pictures of you with the players, and pictures of players like Rashidat Ajibade looking fly in the green and white attire. So tell me from you, what would you say about that attire? Do you love it?
Yes, the attire is very, very unique and classic. Pictures and seeing them real life, there are two things. People may be saying, this cloth is this, is that, is not fine, is this. But when you see the clothes, like when you see the dress, the way they dress and everything, very simple, classic, with the color of Nigerian flag, green, white, green, and all that, it is very, 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 very unique. You can't compare what you see and what you see online. So if it is not for you to see the beauty of the cloth, it's the way the girls are happy. You understand? The cloth fits in everybody. It fits in everybody. And there's nothing like it has different kind of, you understand? It's just a very simple dress. And it's very, very unique and classic. That's what I would just have to say. It's unique and classic.
I mean, I love the outfits. It looks nice to see that Super Falcons took it upon them, and the team general to represent Nigeria at the Wafcon with those attires. Now, talking about the team now, one conversation that's always recurring at the Wafcon is welfare. From the last Wafcon, we saw conversations about the team's hotel. How it was tiny. That was the conversation. It was small, although that was rectified. But now at this Wafcon, before the team went to Casablanca, the opening day, we saw news on the social media about thefts. For some players in their hotels. I'm sure you heard about that news. And what I want to know is now, you are in Morocco with these players, and you can see you are in the camp, you've spoken to a few of them. So tell me from your own perspective, how would you say Morocco is doing, with this edition, how they are treating hospitality, accommodation, compared to the last edition? What would you say about that?
Yeah, for me, actually, I am not staying in the camp with the girls. I only went for the team arrival to Rabat.
Okay.
I'm also in my apartment. For me, this is the first time that such a thing will happen, that they stole some of the girls' money in the hotel and all that. We never can tell how it happened. But for me, the only thing I know I'm not getting from this tournament is the bites, the energy. You can't compare this year tournament to last year tournament, because during the last year, we had a lot of, when you're from the airport, you will feel the vibes that, Wafcon is taking place in Morocco. Even in the streets, you see billboards, you see a lot of things happening there. You see their fans coming out, trooping in, you see people coming in. But for this one, I'm not getting that vibes. I don't know, maybe as we progress, we will see things like that. But for me, I have not seen anything like that so far this tournament. Hospitality and everything, Moroccans are always, they do try their best, and you won't even blame the Moroccans. It's the CAF itself, because it's the tournament CAF. CAF. So they're in partnership with the Moroccan people. Yeah, Moroccan, I don't know, the top people in Morocco. So for me, I'm not getting that vibes that Wafcon 2026. Even from the opening ceremony, you see how the things are being done. I don't know what is really going on, but I know before the end of the tournament, a lot of things will be put in place. But for the girls, hospitality, I think I know they are in good place, and we also have the ambassador in Morocco. Yes, spoke to the girls, and I'm sure there's a guarantee that everything is going to be fine, of which things are fine. We are always having this issue, welfare, not welfare, hospitality, no hospitality, but the girls remain focused on defending this year trophy. So for me, I won't say much about whatever that is going on, because it's their private and personal thing.
We hope that, like I said, these issues about hospitality gets better as the tournament progresses. Now talking about the players themselves, just now I'd like to hear from you. Most of the players, you were at the 2024 Wafcon. Most of the players, majority of the players that we had at that edition, we also have them this edition. Aside from players like Ashley Plumser, who is not available, but one other player that wasn't available at the last edition was Monday Gifts. And now in this edition, we've seen Monday Gifts, fight her way through in her spots to be called up for the 2026 Wafcon. Now, this player, looking at Coach Justin Madugu's style of play, what would you say Monday Gifts would bring? What do you think she would, bring to this team? And what are your expectations from her? And seeing her training so far with the team, how do you think she has been able to, mingle with the team or, find her place with Justin Madugu's style?
For me, no player is a push-out player. And for Monday Gift to be called for this year Wafcon, she deserves it, and she has done so well. She has put in a lot of energy. And it is best known to the coach, you understand, because the coach has his own philosophy. He has his own roadmap. He knows the players that he wants. He knows the one that can fit in to his play. He knows that, he knows this one's strength, he knows this one's weakness. So for me, Monday Gifts coming into this year Wafcon, I think is a plus for the team. Is a plus for the team and also for the players itself. She has done so well in her league in the US, and let's just watch and see what she's going to bring into the games going forward.
Okay. We're hoping to see Monday Gifts, perform well. She's a player that, I've watched her play in the US, and I know she's a player that has a lot of skills. And now talking about, let's move to the coach, Justin. Coach Justin has, he has been training with the team, and the team have been in camp, and now they are in Rabat from Casablanca, and they are going into the game against Mali, which is their opening game, and I believe you would be in attendance of that game to cover it. For the 4 semi-finalists at this Wafcon would get automatic qualifications for the 2027 Women's World Cup in Brazil. And now the Small Falcons are the defending champions. They are one of the teams that we know people are expecting, to book their tickets for the World Cup next year. But also we have other 3 teams. You looking at the team's performance, we know that Nigeria is going to face Malawi. Malawi are debutants at this Wafcon. Which teams from this, teams that we have at the Wafcon, looking at their strengths, each of the teams, aside from Nigeria, or inclusive with Nigeria, which team do you think, 4 of the teams you think would, pick this World Cup tickets from this Wafcon 2026? Like
I said, there's no team no team should be underrated in this team. One of our biggest sports broadcaster, Mr. Moses Praise, will say, anybody can be beaten.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
Also, anything can happen. Anything can happen because the Wafcon just started.
Yeah.
It just started. So it's the first game, so we don't know what will happen. But for me, I just feel Nigeria will definitely qualify. Morocco will definitely qualify. I don't know if our brothers from Ghana too. I don't know if the Black Stars win. So I'm waiting for the Black Star Queens as well too.
You're waiting for the Black Stars?
I'm Black Stars. I'm waiting for
Ghana.
the Black.
Wow. Okay.
Yes, Ghana. I'm waiting for Ghana. I'm waiting for Ghana because I can see the level of professionalism, consistency, even on the media publicity, their awareness and everything. For me, Nigeria #1, Morocco #2. I'm also praying for Ghana team, Black Stars. I think, is it Black, how they call them, Black Queens, Black Star Queens of Ghana.
Okay.
And I'm also, now this one, 2 things, I'm just rooting for I'm a piano girl South African team too, and also Yes, South African team, and I won't push Cape Verde aside. You understand? Because no, for me, my first four is just Nigerian, Morocco, Ghana, and South Africa. But other teams too can also join. We never can tell what will happen till when we get to that quarter-final, semi-final. So we know who will qualify for the 2027 FIFA Women's World Cup in Brazil.
That is beautiful from you, Justina. Well said from you, and thank you for joining me on the show today. And I hope to have you sometime again on the show. And good luck to the Super Falcons as they pursue their quest to qualify for the World Cup next year and also defend their titles. Thank you for joining me on the show, Justina.
Yeah, thank you. So thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Thank you for staying with us. I am Amarachi Odinaka for Alive News. Do have a wonderful day.
This is ANN.